Chosen one, you are hearing this for a reason. Out of every possible moment, you have landed here with these words reaching you right now. And I believe it is no coincidence. Sometimes life arranges a meeting between your heart and the message you are ready to hear. This is one of those moments. Think for a moment. Have you ever had a day that began like any other, yet by the time the sun set, everything felt different? Maybe it was a conversation that opened your eyes, a small decision that changed your path, or a quiet moment that made you realize you were ready for more. That is what this Monday holds for you. We often think of Monday as just the start of another week, but this Monday is different. It is not about the date on a calendar. It is about divine timing, the kind of alignment where your heart, your purpose, and your path all meet in perfect harmony. When that happens, it feels less like chance and more like something greater is guiding you. You might already sense it, a gentle stirring in your spirit, a quiet awareness that something is shifting. It is real, and it is meant for you. This Monday is not just another day. It is the doorway to a new chapter in your life. So let us walk into it together. Take a slow breath, open your heart, and listen closely. What you are about to hear is not just information, it is an invitation. And when you step through this moment, you may never see yourself the same way again. There is something special about Mondays that most people overlook. While many see it as the end of a relaxing weekend and the beginning of work, Monday is actually a golden doorway. It is a moment when the clock resets, when life hands you a blank page and says, "Here, write something new." Think about it. The way you start your Monday often sets the tone for the entire week. If you wake up feeling determined, grateful, and ready to act, that energy can ripple through every single day that follows. In a way, Monday carries a prophetic power. It whispers, whatever you choose now will echo forward. Some cultures and traditions believe that the first day of the week holds symbolic weight. It is the day of beginnings, of creation, of stepping into new assignments. Even in personal life, we notice this pattern. Have you ever started a new routine, a diet, or a habit on a Monday? There is something mentally and emotionally powerful about declaring, "I start now." When the calendar is fresh, I like to think of Monday as a sunrise for the soul. Just like the sun rises every morning, casting light over everything in its path, Monday rises over your week, casting fresh light over your plans and goals. It is not just another day, it is an invitation. But here is where it becomes even more interesting. The mindset you carry on Monday can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself, this is going to be a productive week, you are more likely to act in ways that make that true. If you set your intentions clearly on Monday morning, you create a mental blueprint that your subconscious starts following. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people. One wakes up on Monday and says, "I am ready. I am going to start the week strong." They take a walk, plan their priorities, and approach the day with focus. The other person wakes up thinking, "It is Monday. I wish it was still Sunday." They drag themselves through the day, avoiding important tasks. By Friday, both will have lived completely different weeks, all because of the choice they made on Monday morning. This is why I call Monday a prophetic day. It is not mystical in a way that is out of your control. It is powerful because of the meaning you give it. When you attach hope, action, and vision to Monday, it becomes a launch pad. Here is a question for you. What would happen if, instead of dreading Monday, you welcomed it like a gift? What if you treated it as your weekly new year? Think about how different your energy would feel. Think about how much more you could accomplish if Monday felt like an open door rather than a locked one. Personally, I have learned to prepare for Monday the night before. I write down my top 3 priorities, I go to bed earlier, and I wake up with a sense of expectation. That small shift in preparation turns Monday from a day I have to face into a day I get to shape. And once that shift happens, the rest of the week naturally aligns. Psychologists have studied something called the fresh start effect. It is the idea that certain days naturally inspire people to take action: birthdays, New Year's, and yes, Mondays. On these days, your mind feels more open to change because it marks a clean break from the past. The beauty of Monday is that you get this chance 52 times a year. Now, I want you to pause and think, what is one thing you have been putting off? One dream, one goal, one habit you have been waiting for the right time to start? Why not start this Monday? Not next month. Not when life calms down. This Monday could be the day that marks the beginning of a new chapter for you. Remember, life is built in layers. Every week adds a new layer to your story. Mondays are the foundation stones of those layers. Build them strong and you will find that your life, over time, takes on a shape you are proud of. So, next time the alarm rings on Monday morning, hear it differently. Hear it as a call to rise, a reminder that you have been given another chance to direct the course of your week. A prophetic moment that says, you can begin again. The truth is, the world changes for those who decide to change. And Monday is your weekly reminder that you have the authority to decide. What will you do with it? Have you ever paused for a moment, looked at your life, and asked yourself, who am I really meant to be? Not the roles you play for others, not the labels society gives you, but the real you, the one deep inside who has always known there is something more. The truth is, every single person is born with a unique identity and a divine destiny. Yet many go through life without ever fully stepping into it. It is not because they lack potential, but because the noise of life sometimes drowns out the whisper of purpose. I want you to imagine this. You are holding a seed in your hand. At first glance, it is just a tiny shell, but inside it lies a tree, perhaps even a forest, waiting to emerge. Your identity is that seed. Your destiny is the fully grown tree. You were never meant to stay small. You were always meant to grow, to flourish, to leave shade and fruit for others. The two questions that shape your life. When it comes to identity and destiny, there are two questions that shape everything. 1. Who am I? 2. Why am I here? These are not questions you answer once and forget. They are the kind you revisit throughout your life, each time peeling back a deeper layer. Think of your identity as the roots of a tree, hidden beneath the surface, but holding everything together. Your destiny is the branches and leaves that everyone can see. The stronger the roots, the higher the branches can reach. So let me ask you directly, when was the last time you thought about your roots? What are the values, gifts, and beliefs that make you, you? Your identity is not your past. Sometimes people confuse identity with history. They think they are the mistakes they made or the challenges they faced. But your identity is not your resume, your bank account, or even your reputation. Those things can change in a moment. Who you truly are goes much deeper. It is the combination of your inner character, your unique gifts, and the vision that has been planted inside you since the very beginning. Maybe you have felt like your life has been on pause, or that you have been walking in circles. But here is the beautiful part. Identity is like a compass. Even if you have taken detours, once you rediscover your true direction, you can always find your way back to the path of your destiny. Destiny is not a random accident. Your destiny is not something that happens by accident. It is something you step into with intention. Think about a sculptor. They do not randomly strike a block of stone and hope it turns into a masterpiece. They see the image inside before they even begin. Life works the same way. The image of your future is already inside you, waiting to be revealed. Sometimes it shows up as a dream you cannot shake, a calling you feel in your spirit, or a passion that keeps tugging at you no matter how many times you try to ignore it. That is not a coincidence. That is destiny calling your name. The bridge between identity and destiny. Identity without destiny can leave you feeling restless. Destiny without identity can leave you feeling lost. The key is to align the two. This is where self-awareness becomes your greatest tool. Ask yourself, what do I do so naturally that others notice it, even if I take it for granted? What moments in my life have made me feel most alive? If fear was not in the way, what would I be doing right now? Your answers are clues, pieces of a puzzle that connect who you are to what you are meant to do. The role of courage. Knowing your identity is one thing, but walking toward your destiny requires courage. It means stepping out of your comfort zone, even when you are not sure what is on the other side. The truth is, your destiny is always just beyond your comfort zone. That is why so many people never fully reach it. They stop at the edge because it feels unfamiliar. But here is the thing. The unfamiliar is not your enemy. It is your invitation. Every great story has a moment when the main character faces something unknown, and that is where transformation happens. Your life is no different. Personal reflection. I remember a time when I felt like I was living on autopilot. Everything looked fine from the outside, but inside, I knew I was not walking in the fullness of who I was meant to be. Then one day, I wrote down what I would do if I had no fear and no limits. The list surprised me. It was bold, it was challenging, and it felt impossible at the time. But step by step, I began to move toward it. And looking back now, I realized that was the moment I started living in my true identity. Your turn. So here is my challenge to you. Take a few minutes today and write down the answer to these two questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Do not overthink it. Let your heart speak before your mind has a chance to doubt. Your identity is your foundation. Your destiny is the house you build on it. The stronger your foundation, the more beautiful your future can be. And the truth is, your journey is already in motion. Every choice you make is either leading you closer to your destiny or pulling you away from it. Which direction will you choose today? If you are ready, this could be the moment you stop living by accident and start living on purpose. Because the world does not need another version of someone else. It needs the full, unshaken, unapologetic version of you. Have you ever felt like you were right on the edge of something life-changing, but you could not quite put your finger on what it was? Almost like there is a door in front of you, slightly open, and if you just knew how to align yourself the right way, it would swing wide to reveal everything you have been waiting for. That, my friend, is exactly what we are talking about today, the power of threefold alignment. When I say threefold, I mean bringing three core parts of yourself into harmony. Your mind, your heart, and your actions. Many people focus on just one or two of these, and then wonder why their progress feels incomplete. Imagine trying to ride a bicycle with only one pedal. You might move a little, but you are going to wobble, struggle, and eventually stop. The magic happens when all three pedals, mind, heart, and action, move together. First, aligning the mind. Your mind is where every shift begins. It is your command center, the place where vision is born. If your thoughts are scattered, your energy will be scattered too. Alignment of the mind means getting crystal clear on what you truly want and refusing to let unnecessary doubts rent space in your head. Ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind every day? Are you giving it inspiration, truth, and hope? Or are you unknowingly letting in fear, negativity, and comparison? Think of your mind like a garden. If you plant roses but spend all your time watering weeds, you cannot expect beauty to grow. I remember a time when I kept telling myself, I am not ready yet. And you know what? The more I said it, the more it became true. The turning point came when I consciously started speaking differently to myself. Not empty affirmations, but powerful truths that reminded me who I really am. The mind is like clay. You shape it with your thoughts. Second, aligning the heart. If the mind is the compass, the heart is the fuel. You can have the clearest plan in the world, But if your heart is not connected to it, you will run out of energy halfway through. Alignment of the heart is about being deeply connected to why something matters to you. Do you remember the last time you did something that made you lose track of time? You were so immersed you did not even notice hours passing. That is heart alignment, when your purpose and your passion dance together. Sometimes we ignore our heart because we are afraid of being disappointed. We tell ourselves to be practical, but practicality without passion is like cooking without seasoning. You can eat it, but it will not light you up. When your heart is in it, even challenges feel lighter because you know why you are pushing through. Third, aligning actions. Now, here is where most people get stuck. They think having the right mindset and strong emotions is enough, but without consistent action, alignment is incomplete. Action is the bridge between dreaming and becoming. Alignment of action means your daily choices reflect the vision you have in your mind and the passion you feel in your heart. If you say you value health but never move your body, there is misalignment. If you dream of starting a business but spend all your time watching others build theirs, there is misalignment. This is not about perfection, it is about integrity with yourself. Even the smallest steps count if they are in the right direction. Think of it like tuning a guitar. You do not yank the strings wildly. You make small, steady adjustments until the sound is clear. That is how action works when it is aligned. When all three align, here is the beautiful part. When your mind, heart, and actions line up, something powerful happens. Opportunities that used to pass you by suddenly feel within reach. People notice your energy. You wake up with a quiet confidence that no one can take away. It is like standing in the sunlight after being indoors for too long. You do not just see the light, you feel it soaking into your skin. That is the unveiling. It is not just about achieving something external. It is about revealing the strongest, most authentic version of yourself. If you are wondering where to begin, try this simple exercise. 1. Mind, write down one belief you need to strengthen. Not 5, not 10. Just one that will help you move forward. 2. Heart, ask yourself why that belief matters to you. Dig deep until the reason makes you smile or even tear up. 3. Action, choose one small step you can take today that matches that belief and that why. It might be a phone call, a conversation, a page in a journal, or even a quiet moment of prayer or meditation. Small steps taken in alignment build momentum faster than big steps taken without clarity. So I will ask you, are your mind, heart, and actions working together right now? Or are they pulling in different directions? Remember, alignment is not a one-time event. It is a practice. Some days you will feel perfectly in sync. Other days you will have to gently guide yourself back. That is part of the journey. What matters is that you keep showing up for yourself. Because when all three parts of you work together, you are unstoppable. The unveiling you are waiting for is not somewhere far away. It is already within you, waiting for the right moment to shine. And maybe, just maybe, that moment could be today. Think of Monday as the doorway to your next chapter. The way you step into it sets the rhythm for your entire week. This is not just about planning your schedule. It is about preparing your mind, your heart, and your space so that you walk into the day already feeling a step ahead. Let us start with something simple yet powerful, your mindset. The night before, take a few minutes to ask yourself, what do I want to feel by the end of Monday? It might be calm, accomplished, creative, or connected. Once you have that feeling in mind, shape your actions to match it. For example, if you want to feel accomplished, list the 3 most important things you want to complete before the day ends. Keep it realistic so you can celebrate small wins instead of feeling weighed down. Now, let us talk about your physical space. You would be surprised how much your environment shapes your energy. Before you go to bed on Sunday, clear your desk, Tidy up your living space and lay out anything you will need in the morning. Your clothes, your notebook, your water bottle. These little steps remove decision fatigue and make Monday morning flow like a gentle stream rather than a rushed scramble. One of the most overlooked aspects of preparation is mental rehearsal. Athletes use it all the time before big games, and you can too. Close your eyes and imagine yourself waking up refreshed, moving through your morning with ease, greeting people warmly, finishing tasks on time, and ending the day feeling proud. The brain does not fully distinguish between vividly imagined scenarios and real ones, so this mental run-through primes you for success. Let us bring in personal nourishment. A lot of people jump into Monday on an empty emotional tank. Fill yours before the day begins. Maybe that means waking up 15 minutes earlier to sip tea in silence, read a page of something inspiring, or go for a short walk in the fresh air. This is not wasted time. It is fuel for the mind and soul. Here is another tip that works like magic. Anchor your Monday with one non-negotiable joy. It can be something small, like listening to your favorite playlist while getting ready, wearing a color that lifts your mood, or having lunch somewhere you love. When you know there is a moment in the day just for you, the rest of the schedule feels lighter. I also want to talk about emotional openness. Monday is often seen as serious business, but letting yourself be warm and approachable can shift the energy around you. Greet your colleagues with genuine curiosity, send a thoughtful message to a friend, or thank someone who helped you last week. These little human touches build momentum and make interactions more rewarding. Of course, preparation is not only about the start of the day. It is about keeping your energy steady. That is why I recommend mini check-ins throughout Monday. Around mid-morning and mid-afternoon, pause for 2 minutes. Ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And what do I need to adjust? Sometimes all you need is a deep breath, a glass of water, or a quick stretch to reset your focus. Do not underestimate the role of clarity in communication. If you have meetings or important conversations lined up, take a few minutes beforehand to jot down your key points. This will make you sound more confident and help you stay on track, which means less stress and more positive outcomes. Lastly, let us touch on the evening wind down. Yes, preparation for Monday also involves planning how you will close it. Before bed, reflect on what went well, jot down anything you want to remember, and express gratitude for at least one thing. This reflection not only ends your Monday on a positive note, but also helps your mind relax, setting the stage for a better Tuesday. So, as you prepare for your Monday, remember, it is not about cramming more into your day. It is about moving through it with intention, leaving room for both productivity and presence. Ask yourself, how can I make Monday feel less like a hurdle and more like a launch pad? When you start seeing it that way, the week no longer feels like something to survive. It becomes something you get to shape. Now I want you to imagine yourself tomorrow morning. The light just starting to filter in, your mind clear, your body ready, and your spirit steady. You take a deep breath, step into your day, and feel that quiet confidence settle in. That is not luck. That is the result of thoughtful preparation. There comes a moment in every person's life when the world seems to pause for just a second, as if it is holding its breath, waiting for you to take the next step. That moment is not something you plan for. It is something you feel deep in your chest. It is when every lesson you have learned, every setback you have faced, and every small victory you have celebrated gathers together inside you, pushing you toward a choice. And today, my friend, I believe you are standing right at that edge. This is the point where you stop looking back at what was and start leaning into what will be. It is not about forgetting the past. It is about allowing the past to shape the strength you carry into tomorrow. Think about it. How many times have you come close to giving up, only to find that somehow you kept going? That persistence was not random. That was you proving to yourself that you were capable of much more than you thought. I want you to hear me clearly. This is not the end of your journey. This is the spark that lights the next chapter. You have been preparing for this without even knowing it. Every small change you made, every difficult decision you took, every late night you stayed up trying to figure things out, all of it has been building toward this moment. Now, imagine yourself a few months from now looking back at today. How will you remember this day? Will it be the day you decided to step into your potential fully? Will it be the day you stopped doubting and started doing? The truth is, you do not need someone else to declare your worth. You do not need a sign from the sky to confirm that you are ready. You already know it in your bones. This is your declaration moment. The point where you say, I am here, I am ready, and I am not holding back anymore. If you are feeling a bit of nervous energy right now, that is good. It means your mind understands that change is coming. That flutter in your stomach, that is the sign of something important. It is the same feeling people get before walking on stage, before starting a race, before saying yes to something that will transform their life. That feeling is not fear. It is energy, and you can choose what to do with it. Here is what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Take a deep breath, close your eyes for a moment, and picture the life you want. Not the life you think you can have based on old limits, but the one you truly want. See it in detail, where you are, who is around you, how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Let that vision sink in until it feels real. Now open your eyes and declare it out loud. Yes, say it. Speak it into existence. I am ready for this life. I am stepping into it now. Do not just whisper it. Say it with the conviction of someone who knows the world will respond to their decision. Because it will. Life has a way of meeting you halfway when you decide to move forward with clarity and courage. Doors that once felt locked begin to open. People you never expected to meet start crossing your path. Opportunities that seemed invisible suddenly become visible. But it all starts here, with you choosing to declare that you are ready. Some people wait years for this kind of moment, waiting for permission from the world to start. But the truth is, no one can give you that permission except you. You are the one who gets to say, "This is my time." And when you say it with certainty, the energy you put out into the world changes. You stand taller. You speak with more confidence. And slowly, your reality starts to match the words you spoke. So, let me ask you, are you willing to claim this moment? Are you ready to look back one day and say, "That was the day everything began to shift for me"? Because right now, you are standing at the doorway to the life you want. The handle is already in your hand. All you have to do is turn it and step through. The decision is not complicated, but it is powerful. You can choose to keep standing where you are, or you can choose to walk into the space that has been waiting for you all along. I hope you choose the second option, not just because it will change your life, but because you deserve to know what it feels like to live fully. You deserve mornings where you wake up excited. You deserve days filled with meaning and nights where you sleep peacefully, knowing you gave your all. You deserve a life that feels like it fits you perfectly. So here it is, your climactic declaration. This is my moment. This is my season. I am ready. Say it again if you need to. Write it down if it helps. But most importantly, live it. From this day forward, walk, speak, and act as the person you have declared yourself to be. The world is ready for the new you. The only question left is, are you ready to show up? Father, I thank you for this chosen one hearing my voice. I pray for supernatural clarity, strength, and peace as they approach this Monday. I declare open doors, divine appointments, and heavenly favor over their life. Let this Monday be the day they step into the fullness of their calling. Surround them with confirmation, fill them with courage, and let every step be guided by your hand. For those who support this ministry, whether with prayer or with seed, I ask for an overflow blessing, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. In the name of Jesus, amen. If this message speaks to your spirit, type, "I am ready for the new me" in the comments. Subscribe for more prophetic words, and share this with someone who needs it.